And I am back like I never left. So I closed a portal yesterday. Yeah, a portal. Did you know that portals can be formed pretty much anywhere? Probably, actually, literally anywhere. Portals can be formed. And you know, when you're experiencing something, when you're feeling something, kind of all of a sudden, you're just like, ooh, what is that? For me, when I experience heavy energy or negative energy or something that's working its way trying to reach me, I feel sleepy. That's one of my tells. Like, my body lets me know, because I'll just all of a sudden feel sleepy. Okay, I'm like, all right, well, that's random, so what's going on? So I closed the portal, and it was just high emotion, and it was in one spot. And that's how it is. It's like, it's almost like when you watch cartoons, if you ever watch, or an anime, and an extremely powerful character starts freaking out, and it starts warping reality, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're warping reality, I think the Incredible Hulk has done that, some of the comic books. Starts warping reality, and you're just like, you can think of it like that, like almost like the high emotion is distorting reality and it's creating a portal. And the thing is, these portals, it's not really about good and bad, because even a bad portal, energy portal, for somebody else who might have some devious intentions, that could be a good thing, because it's perfect for what they need it for. But anyway, the whole thing with good and evil. But there's portals that are created by heavy negative energy, lots of strong negative energy. But conversely, you can also have portals with positive, strong, good energy. And this is the thing. So you have to realize that because energy can be impressed upon matter, it's like the energy of a moment, whatever it is impressed upon the things that are in the vicinity. And I don't know if I actually told this story on my channel or whatever, but years ago, experiencing lots of strong emotions during a specific time in my life, and I had some clothes that I was wearing regularly while going through these things. And then I stopped wearing the clothes for a while, for years, because they, couldn't fit anymore. But I still had them in my closet. And then when I was taking them out to donate them to, whatever those little kiosk things is, you can donate your clothes to Salvation Army. And I'm going through them, and I touch some of the fabric, and I'm instantly transported back to the moment where, something took place. And it was actually really fascinating how that worked, because, it'd been, I think at the time, I want to say 3 years since, I actually wore or touched any of these things. And I was kind of taken back. So, the energy is impressed upon matter. So when you are experiencing high emotions, and it's just like, I got all these high emotions going on right now, it is stuck or trapped in the area that you spend most of your time. And that's why, you'll touch the old clothes, and you start having some memories, flashing backs of things. Go into the old, neighborhood where something traumatic happened, and you remember it like it was yesterday. All these things, right? All these connections. So this is something that, if you look at, what's a good example? Maybe a place of worship, right? Where it's supposed to be a place of worship, some high energy, and that usually people feel better when they leave those places, because the energy it's worship, it's joy, it's, all these higher energy feelings. And then, you go there, you leave, you feel good, you feel better, right? It's just like, okay, wow, my goodness. But then you go to the cemetery, and then what's associated with cemeteries? Now, the only thing that happened at a cemetery is that we bury our honored dead. That's it. Our loved ones. That's all it is. But for some reason, cemeteries feel heavy. They feel, ooh, you know what I mean? Why is that? You think that's a coincidence? No. How much mourning, how much crying, how much sadness has been by hundreds, thousands of people. You know, what's all that heaviness, and that's the reason. And it's impressed upon the matter in that area, right? So the thing is, you can actually remove portals that are, you know, if they form in your house, or if they form, you know, somebody else's house, you know, in a park or something, because you'll walk by, and if you're sensitive in that way, you might feel it, like, wait a minute, something happened here. And people do feel these things, and they know, and they know that something happened. And it's just like, well, what comes of that? And the cool thing about it is that you can actually remove portals. You can clear them, and it's something that I do with dowsing. It's actually really cool. Like, there's so many things that we can do. We're so powerful, and just with a little bit of knowledge and practice and, you know, desire, you know, intention, you could do a lot of good for a lot of people. And it's one thing that I'm really enjoying about this journey so far, is because, I mean, I'm only one person, and I'm in the city, and I'm here, but when I'm riding around, or if I'm feeling something that's kind of crazy, or if I'm, you know, whatever, I'm just like, wait a minute, let me check this out. Let me see if I can do something. So I wanted to offer you all through the YouTubes, right? Because I was just like, oh, well, let me see. You know, I got rid of some portals, and let me see. Because if you got some, because if what you experience in your surrounding area or whatever, it may not be a portal, it may not, but it wouldn't hurt if you felt something, or if it's something like consistent, and you're just like, man, every time I walk past this place, I get the heebie-jeebies, and it's kind of weird, you know what I mean? So I can use my dowsing because it's all energy, right? And that's a really cool thing. Like, I'm making this video, but my intent, it passes through the airwaves, and it's a really cool thing. It's like, I'm fascinated, because I used to think, I was of the mind that, you got to do it in person, but that's not true. The energy, it radiates out, and it's so neat that it does that. And then it allows for distance, you know, healing, or distance things to take place in it. And I don't have to be right there necessarily. But anyway, I'm gonna do this session real quick. I'm gonna go silent for a little bit. But if you suspect that there might be a portal somewhere in your place, all you have to do is have the intention to allow me to clear the portal for you. Okay, that's all you got to do. So play this video anytime you feel like there's a portal formed, and even if you're not sure, but you just want to, let me just try it anyway, and we can get rid of it. So play this video anytime you need a portal closed. Okay, all done. All done. So, if you got a suspicion that there's a portal around there somewhere, and the energy feels weird, or even if the energy just feels weird, I'll do more, for other things. But if you got a suspicion that it might be a portal, maybe you feel like the place is haunted or something, like, hey, it wouldn't hurt to play that clip so you could put some good energy towards it. But yeah, it's really fascinating. It's something that I'm really enjoying, and I noticed a difference, like even using it to help settle my energy down when unexpectedly something happens and kind of gets riled up. It starts to try to shift the energy in a way that's not favorable. But you have the power to manipulate that energy to bring it back, so the momentum or the favor is with you. You have that ability. It's simply tapping in. It's simply tapping into it. That's all it is. It's like, don't let these people convince you that you are a victim, or that you're helpless, or that you're powerless, because it is not the truth. That keeps you at a level, making you easy to control, and like cattle. We are not cattle, okay? So you have to really get into standing in your power. And it's just like, there's a lot of unlearning that has to happen. There's a lot of growing that has to happen. There's a lot of detoxification of your body, your mind, your spirit. There's a lot that needs to happen. But even just making the decision, setting the intention that I am divine sovereign and I am not to be controlled and I'm not going to be manipulated, that already starts putting you on the path to getting to that point where it's more real, where it's more evident, where you feel it, where you exude it, where people see you and they know, I can't mess with him, I can't mess with her. This person knows who they are. Like, it's really important to get to that place, because, well, can I say that on YouTube? Probably, but you want to be unmesswittable, okay? Unfuckwittable. You don't want people that feel like they can walk all over you. And there are things that you can use to your advantage. You put the energy, like I said, so the energy is flowing with you. So that force, you can direct it in a way that you see fit, that works best for you. So it's just just something to think about. Something to think about for us to begin tapping in and learning. And there's different ways to do it. Okay, you don't gotta douse it. You can learn another way to do it if that works better for you, or use a different tool, or whatever the case may be. But we gotta tap in, y'all. It's 2025. You feel me? Gone are the days when we're stuck, being disconnected. We gotta connect, gotta tune in, open up your third eye. That's what everybody said. Open up your third eye. But yeah. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to share that. I wanted to share that, and I think that if you do indeed have a portal in there somewhere, and you play that it will help. And even like noticing the difference, because it's important to get ahead of things, because you don't want it to compound. You don't want it to be multiple. You don't want it to, then weird stuff starts happening. You want to start inviting in stuff that you can't see, and you don't know how to free yourself of it, right? And just because if you may not believe these things aren't real, does not make them any less real. Just because you don't believe it, you like, oh, it's just this, it's just that. Like, nah. Before action must come thought. Before matter first comes energy. It's like these things, the energy of it is going to be there, whether you can perceive it or not. It's there. So anyway, that's it, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe if you like. I'll be back tomorrow with more videos. We're gonna do some more dowsing and stuff. I'm still gonna go live at some point. My rib. I laughed and I clicked my rib. But I'm Johnny Jupiter, and I'll see you next time.